you are talking from public radio right here in Bogotá, Colombia, South America, for eight
All right.
cities. So you're very welcome, Ted. This is great for me because
Good.
the first time that I have a contact with the band, and it's incredible for me. You know, it's been 40 years following you, and this is the first time that I have contact, and I have the opportunity to get that angel close to my listeners. So I think it's something special.
Thank you, man. Well, I'm excited to be here. Thank you for this opportunity as well. And I look forward to having a good conversation with you.
Okay, there is a lot to talk, since I told you that I haven't spoke with you never. But I know we have just a couple minutes. You are a very busy guy. So let's talk about the Evil Divide, 2016. That was the record before Humanicide.
Yes.
One of my favorites.
Wow, you got it, man.
Sure, I do. So what do you remember for the Evil Divide? That part of the history of Dead Angel.
Oh man, I love that record a lot. It's a lot different than like Relentless, The Dream Calls for Blood, and Humanicide. I remember recording that record was great. The songs are great. Andreas Kisser from Sepultura played a solo on Hatred United, United Hate. On that album, we toured with Slayer, Slayer and Anthrax in the States. And we did some good touring on that record. And, The Moth, which is the first song on the record, is my favorite song to play live. I love that song a lot. That and Lost is my favorite from that record.
So it took you like 3 years and something to start working on Humanicide.
Yeah.
So what do you want to tell us about that ninth studio album from one of the best thrash metal bands, Ted Angel?
Thank you, man. Thank you. Humanicide, well, there was a lot, just like all the other albums, we toured, and when it came down to writing Humanicide, we buckled down and write it, just like with every other record, after the Evil Divide, once that touring cycle was done and it's time to write Humanicide, we never look back. That's done. You leave it there, and we have to start new. And that was the record that, you know, got us a Grammy, a nomination for a Grammy,
Yeah.
but we didn't get a chance to really, really tour for that record because right when we were getting started, the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we came back from Europe with Testament and Exodus. We were set to go to the Philippines to support Iron Maiden. We had a European tour planned, but the pandemic happened, and then when the world opened up, we continued a little bit, but it's that that our the last touring cycle for Humanicide is going to be in South America. That's going to be the last of the Humanicide touring cycle.
We are very
After that,
lucky.
yeah, after that, we're not going to tour until we're finished writing and recording the record. So South America, you're going to get your continent, Latin America and South America. That's the last place we're going to do Humanicide. That's the last place for the touring cycle of Humanicide.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
I want to let you know something. Alexi Lyle, he was one of my favorite guitar players of the new thrash generation. I
Yeah.
saw him in the 70,000 tons of metal few months before his death. And I was so glad that you guys invited him for that album. And what a great song. And you did it right.
Thank you. Thank you. We've toured with Children of Bodom in 2014,
Okay.
and Rob Tavastani is a big fan of Alexei. His playing, Rob's very, very a fan of Alexei. And when it came down to Humanicide, Rob reached out to Alexei and goes, "Hey man," and they always kept in touch. And Rob asked him, "Do you mind doing a solo on the record?" And Alexei goes, "No problem." And he did a solo. I was like, "Oh my God, that solo is amazing." Rest in peace, Alexei. Rest in peace.
That's right, man. I'm agreed. So, what do you remember for the two trips that you already did in Colombia, man? You play in two festivals here. You play in Manizales Grita in Manizales and here in Bogotá for Rock al Parque. How do you feel?
I remember Manizales was, I think, August 14th of 2011.
That's right. Yes,
I
sir.
just remember we flew and we were landing like the altitude was high, like right.
Right.
And I remember we played and it was this big concrete place. And I just remember the show was crazy insane. And I just remember that like, wow, this is crazy. Then when we played Rockwell Park in 2017, it was Lamb of God playing. it,
Yeah.
it was a fun show. We had a great time, but I think we're doing a headliner this time around, right? We're gonna be headlining
Yeah, you do.
our own show. So
Yeah.
that's where it's going to be fun. It's our own show. We're gonna I think we're gonna at least do our best to at least play one song from each album.
I'm not into festivals, I'm 58 years old, I like it in different way. So you are certainly right, Ted. This time is going to be the time from Dead Angel in Colombia. So I'm glad because you're going to have the time. I hope it's going to be 2 hours, let's say 3 hours. Well,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
certainly, this is the time to see you as a band as you really are. So I hope you guys are going to take care of the playlist, because please.
It's hard. It's
I
hard, but
know.
it's going to be a good set list because we know we haven't been to Bogota. I mean, we did, of course, Rockwell Park is a festival, doesn't count, but I mean, it counts. We played there. What I meant was we never played a headlining show in Bogota.
That's right.
So it's going to be our first time there. So we're going to have to really, I mean, we could play a lot of songs, but it's just going to be hard to pick the right ones to make sure. You know, and we have to be prepared now because we'll play these songs, but we're gonna have to have other songs prepared in case you guys want to hear more. Because, you know, I
Totally.
don't know what song do you want to hear?
Oh man, I certainly like the first album, the ultra violence. I
Of
would
course,
say the Evil Priest. No, Bore for the next one. No, it's a lot of songs, man. Don't tell me that, please,
I
please,
know it's
please.
hard. It's
Don't get me
hard. It's
into
hard.
that. I'm an old
Yeah,
school Dead Angel,
of
and
course.
I love the new album. This is for me one of the best in 2019 albums. I have a countdown named Top 25 Metal Detector, and you guys went number 10 in that year. So you guys are very
Thank you.
important in my show, and all the albums that you made. Since you start with the band, I've been playing them, for sure, brother,
Thank you.
brother.
Thank you.
So my question right now is: it's been 5 years since this last album. So are you guys prepared for a brand new Death Angel album?
Yes, right now we're writing a record. We're really writing a record. Then from we started in beginning of January, and we're still going. We're still going, but we're gonna stop like maybe 2 weeks before we leave for South America. We gotta figure out what set list we gotta play for you guys. We
Yeah.
have to take a break from writing. We're gonna rehearse the set list. I'm not gonna tell you what songs.
Hmm.
Then we do South America all of April. Then when we come back, we're gonna take a week off. Then we're gonna continue writing because from May until August, it's perfect timing for us because Mark is gonna go out with Kerry King.
I know
And
that. I
his,
was going to
yeah, and
ask.
his band.
Let's
So
wait for the end of the interview to
yeah.
ask.
So while he's doing that, we're gonna continue writing and writing. So it's perfect timing. We have after South America, Death Angel has no shows until we plan to record in September.
That sounds very good.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the plan.
what kind of differences do you find in the metal scene right now compared so what you've been doing, 5, 6 years ago?
You know what's different? One, there's a lot of bands now. So many metal bands. It's
Right.
hard to
Crazy.
keep. It's crazy, and it's good and bad. But the good thing is, I'll tell you the good thing. There's so many metal bands that they're keeping metal alive. But the bad thing is there's so many bands, it's hard to go through everything to find a good one. It's really hard, you know. I mean, it's good that people want to play metal and they're starting to learn instruments and they're going back listening to the music and wanting to be a band, but there's a lot and it's really hard to find for me to find a good band. I don't have time to go to a record store and buy everything or buy CDs or and listen to it. The way I discover new bands is that if it's someone tells me, "Oh, you got to hear this band," or we go on tour with a band I never heard of, and that's my chance to
I can tell
see
you.
that band. I mean, it's not like back in the day where there wasn't a lot of metal bands, so it was easy to, oh yeah, to listen to everything. Now, man, I mean, look at your CD collection for Christ's sake.
You are certainly right. It's amazing, tell me, I'm a radio producer. Every year is harder because the complex of metal is open. There is no fashion. No, you want to do industrial metal, go for it. You want to do thrash, the people here in South America love it, go for it, man, take advantage. You want to do death, go. Black, go. Everything is open, so it's hard. It's a lot of bands, a lot of people approaching, learning, the new generations. And I love that, especially people like you that have been doing this for so long, take the time to play for the new generations. And I love that.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. The new generation is awesome. They're great, but there's so many of them. It's a good and bad thing. You get what I mean? Like you said, like trying to find new bands, but there are a lot of bands out there and I'm glad they are. There's a lot, but Spotify helps, or like I said, if someone tells me you have to listen to this band, I will listen to it. There's no more record stores, hardly record stores here, and like I told you earlier, it's like trying to find.
Hey, that's a shame, but hey, at least the vinyls are selling more than ever. Let's take it
Yeah, it's
for,
good.
yeah,
It's
that's
good.
good. Ted, I would like to ask you something, how's the relationship right now in Dead Angel, because there have been so many years, Mark is now playing with Kerry, and I want to know how you guys feel. Are you guys still brothers, and you guys still, tied, or are you guys like doing with internet? How the things work right now in Dead Angel?
It's good, man. It's really good. I mean, this band has been this lineup with Will, Damien, me, Mark, and Rob.
Right,
We've been together since 2009. You
that's right.
know, and it's good. Of course, we survived a lot of things. Of course, we're five dudes with five different personalities, and when you go on tour, you know, that's when you get to really know people when you travel with them or live with them and all that. Of course, do we have our arguments? Of course we do. Do we have our, disagreements? Do we, sometimes get on each other's nerves? And it's like a family. It's like brothers, sometimes like you get into fights, you don't talk for a bit, then you come back together, you say you're sorry, and you move on. Everything is good, man, and we're really proud of that because there's a lot of bands who either you know, break up or change a lot of members or, you
Right.
know, this and that. But this lineup has been together since 2009, and that says a lot. It's like, what, 15 years, I think?
That's
15 years strong. So that says a lot, So, and we're going to try to do our best to keep it that way. And, I think we know each other being this lineup for 15 years. We know each other pretty well where we know what to do and what not to do, what to say and what not to say. Because, like, some people like, oh, that's what he does. Okay. It may not be my thing, but let them do, sometimes separation is good. Because when you're on tour all the time in a bus or in a plane or in a hotel, that's a little bit too much. So when we're done touring, we take a break. And when it's time to come back together, we come back together. But we do keep in touch. We keep in touch when we're not doing the band.
Do you guys still living in the Bay Area?
Everyone still lives in the Bay Area except our bass player Damien. He lives in Mexico City.
Right, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, he loves it out there.
I'm asking because I want to know how the music scene in the Bay Area is, because my listeners always have this this amazing gratitude for what happened with the thrash metal. Colombians love thrash metal. So how you feel in the 2024 being in the Bay Area? How you see the metal scenes up there? Let us know, man. We are far from there.
It's different, of course. It's not like what it was in the 80s. It's a different time, There's still some metal bands, and I'm kind of disconnected because I live outside of San Francisco. Now that we're older, I don't really go out as much. But the person to ask when you see him in Bogota is our drummer Will, because he lives in San Francisco and he goes to a lot of shows that come into the Bay Area. He knows about all the new bands that are coming up in the Bay Area. And every week, he's a DJ. He spins vinyl. He's a DJ, and he
Me
DJs.
too.
Yeah, he DJs, but only vinyl. He
Only
doesn't do
vinyl.
CD,
Yeah.
only vinyl.
Only
And
vinyl.
yeah, so that's what he does. He DJs at a club. He plays his rock and roll or heavy metal or new wave, and he's more in tune of what's going on in the Bay Area right now. There's a lot of new bands though. There's I am from what I hear from him and from other people. There's some up and coming bands, but it's just a different time now. There's some thrash bands, some rock bands, some different type of bands, but it's still there.
Okay, Ted, and now I have to ask you about Mark, being part of the Kerry King's band. So that, how I say it took you by surprise, or Mark told the band, hey guys, I got this call from Kerry King. How that works and how you guys are feeling about it?
It did catch us by surprise, because um it was kept secret for a while, and I understand that.
Of course.
But right now, we're all happy for Mark. I mean, it's a good project. Mark is one of the greatest thrash singers or metal singers out there right now,
Right.
and I could see why Kerry wanted him in the band, and I think that's a great compliment. And when Mark told us he's gonna do it, I'm like, fuck yeah, that's awesome. Of course, I've had my worries. I'll be honest. How's this gonna work? But I'm not gonna worry about that right now because the main focus, it's perfect timing because after South America, Mark's busy with Kerry, and we're busy writing a record. So we have no touring plans for the year because our number one priority is record. And I'm sure Mark's gonna be writing some lyrics while he's out on tour, and so we're happy for him, and he's happy that he's doing it, and he's also happy for us that we're writing, and we're happy for him doing that, and he'll be writing lyrics. So it's all gonna work out, man. It's all gonna be great.
I don't want to give bad blood or nothing. I'm just 58 years old. I've been listening music so many years, so I can speak up, brother. And I can tell you that Kerry Kings is doing good. I don't see that he's doing nothing new. I see this like Slayer 2.0. But I think that Dead Angel is doing the right path. You are doing the new kind of trash that we expect after hearing you guys for 40 years. I don't hear that on Kerry King, but I'm very expecting your new album is going to be, update, brother. And I have a lot of feeling from Dead Angel, man.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I know where you're coming from. I've talked to a lot of people who thought that way too about Kerry King. I
Okay?
heard the song. I think it's good, but I need to hear the whole album to
That's
give it.
right. Yeah, yeah, you are
I need to
totally
hear it.
right.
I don't
Yeah,
judge anything by one song.
totally right. Yeah, yeah.
From what I hear, it's what I expected. But now I need to hear the whole record. That's
Totally
just
right.
you're an old school guy. You want to hear the whole record from
That's
start to
right.
finish.
Totally.
Yeah. So, but again, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for Carrie. I'm happy for Mark. It's gonna be fun time for them. I know that. But while they're having fun, we're gonna have our fun writing a record.
That's the important thing, man.
Yeah, that's the
You
important
guys
thing.
having fun, and your guys going to give us something like you guys always do. We are
Yeah.
set.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's gonna be good, man. I mean, it's a good. I look at a positive side. It's good for everyone right now. Everyone's having fun, but a different type of fun. Like I said, Mark and Carrie are gonna have fun going out and playing shows, which is I'm rooting for them. I'm happy. I wish them success. So we're having our time, having our fun, being home with family, and also writing a record.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, Ted, before I let you go, I want to let you know something. You guys are going to be in Bogota for third time because a Mexican promoter, Cacique, and it feels good because it's like the web is spreading in South America, Mexico, Chile, and now the things are going good. So I think that this is the right time for Dead Angel to come to Bogota. So what do you want to tell to the guys, to the rockers, to the bands that are expecting Dead Angel for third time, but certainly like we already spoke the first time with the all set and with the
Yeah.
2 hours set.
Well, we want to tell everyone in Colombia, whether it's Bogota or Medellin, anywhere who's coming to the show, we seriously, we cannot wait. I mean, the last time we did a tour of South America was 13 years ago on the Relentless Retribution tour. That's how long ago it is.
That's a long
We've
time.
always we always wanted to go back, but for some reason it didn't work out. And but hey, things happen for a reason. 13 years, it better late than never. And we're gonna come, and oh man, this it's going to be hard, but it's going to be fun trying to pick a playlist, a set list
I know.
for the show. And we already know just from hearing from other people, from watching videos, that Bogota goes crazy. They go crazy.
That's it.
So it's oh, it's going to be fun, but also scary for us. But we appreciate that from our fans, like especially in South America. We never met or run into or played to people who are, I think, the Latin American crowd in South America, and I've said this to people quite a bit, are the most passionate when it comes to thrash metal.
That's right.
They, oh man, they will just go crazy. And that energy, we feed off that energy, and it just makes a good night for everyone. So we are looking forward to playing. I know the rest of the guys, we've talked about it. We're This is probably the most excited about a tour because it's been 13 years and it's the last tour for Humanicide. And what a way to end it in South America, you know?
Excellent way to end the tour and the album and close that cycle. Hey,
Yes.
thanks a lot for your time. You're being very kind. Tell the guys, Will, Rob, Mark, and Damien that we love them. And this is public radio, man. This interview is going to be on air from Pereira, Santander, Bogotá, Medellín, Cali, Riohacha, Barranquilla, and Santa Marta. So these
Oh
eight,
my God.
eight cities listening to you, and I know that it's going to be like a peregrination, coming to Bogota from all the cities to see Dead Angels. So thanks a lot, brother.
Are you going to be at the show?
Oh, of course, yes. I'm going to take my album to get signed and everything and give you a hug, brother.
Yeah, thank you, man. I'm looking forward to it, man, to just meeting you. Since we did this interview, it was fun. I'm glad. I mean, those are great questions, and um, I'm getting excited because it's getting close, and having to do these interviews, and you know, you promoting our music, you promoting this interview for people to hear, and knowing that we're coming gets us excited. So we hope everyone's excited. We hope everyone's listening to your show. I hope everyone's listening to me, and I just want to say again, we cannot wait to get to Bogota because it's going to be not only crazy fun, but it's just going to be magical.